How are you getting on today, folks? How are you all doing? Welcome back to another video from Courtney Brothers. May as well give an old weather update. I didn't do that in a little video or two. I don't know if you can see down there between the house and the Jeep, but that's the main river there, all backed up. Today is, what, 2nd of October, and yes, winter has begun. Most definitely. This now will just not be negative like, but it's just, that's winter, that's it. Land is too wet. We have a storm tomorrow. This is the pre-storm rain, I suppose, or whatever, or part of it. But like, it's to forecast to make 60-70 mil, and that'll do too much damage. Could be a long winter yet. All the silage and all that could be needed. But anyways, today's video, we are going to do a little recap on the Fusion. I know we've only had it whatever, 6 weeks or so, but just the fact that I think we're finished up with it. I want to do a quick little recap, and I didn't want to go putting it away without going through it, how it went for us, and I suppose why I bought. I think I briefly mentioned it, but why do we buy a Baler in August? And yes, it's still on the 661. You have seen the old school silage video already, and thanks for all the likes on it and just good positive comments and all that. It's great to see, and there's good views in that, and I thought there would be, to be fair, so very happy with that. But yes, oh, one thing actually I'll show you, I meant to show you in the last video, and also there was a clip of me baling in the cab, like 3 or 4 minute clip, for some reason did not save. I had a bit of an issue with there was putting up a fault on the monitor in the cab, just saying the pressure for the bale density on your back door rams was low, but that is just because that thrasher doesn't have the hydraulics. I was baling on density level 9, so I put it up to 10 up to the last, and that solved that. Other than that, didn't give a bit of bother, but I was just a bit sick that clip didn't save, and unless it could be my fault or the GoPro, I don't know, but anyways, video went well without it. So this, as most of you know, these are a load sensing baler. And what load sensing is in hydraulics is you connect a feed to your tractor, a return, and then a small, and like they're what's usually half inch and 3/4. Half-inch feed, 3/4 inch return, and it's 3/8 or a quarter the load sensing. So it's a quarter, looking at it here. So the small little pipe is also known as your pilot line. That senses the load. There's always supposed to be a bit of pressure on that pipe. So it knows when it's in demand for oil, if you get me. It's basically so your hydraulics aren't pumping full whack out to the baler all the time. It's load sensing. It senses when the load is on it and gives the oil to the baler when it needs. So that's how this works on the fence and the John Deeres and everything fancy, but not on this girl, because this is an open center hydraulics, which is you've just a gear pump for hydraulics. Simple little gear pump, 50 litres a minute, I think, or 60. Pretty slack. I had this was in here on an adapter just on the spool valve tied back. But the secret is, when you're putting these on something, well, new or old, keep your return, a good return, straight back into the back end or back into the tank or whatever. Ideally, low down in the back end is the one, because it stops cavitation. Because if you think about it there now, that oil is going back in there and coming down, and it's splashing down on top of the lift top and your crown wheel and pinion, splashing down in, and it causes cavitation, air bubbles in the oil. But I don't think I've never had grief from this in it, but the John Deeres have it down low, and it's under the level of the oil tank. So that's the reason for that. But so this is your load sensing pipe. There's always to be a bit of pressure on that when the tractor's running. And like whatever, I don't know, it's low pressure, I think. And then when the pressure drops, that means that's telling the tractor to send out your hydraulic oil. And it goes out into this valve block here, It's an electric over hydraulic valve block, so you have all your electric solenoids here, and that goes through the monitor and all that, but I'm not going to get too far into that. But this little boy here, that's lighting now is poor in this shed. That is, there's an Allen key there and a lock nut. I threaded that into the last, so that turns off your load sensing block, which is this. And now when I'm putting it back on the fence, one of the fence with the John Deere's turn on, you give that, I think, 5 full revolutions out the way, thread it back out, and then your load sensing is turned on. But I just said I'd do that. I wanted to do it the last day, but I had the video done and didn't think of it. So I'll get Manny's message, comment, or even phone calls about, bit of dirt on the lens, about how you ran the Fusion on these tractors. So that's going to answer that. But anyways, Fusion 4 Plus, I don't know what's on it, 800 or 900 bales. I'll turn on the clock there in a minute and just double check to see what's on it. I thought we'd do more, to be honest. Our bale count for September was slack because just the way the weather came, jobs got cancelled because the weather got poor, and I'd probably estimate we were going to make 300 to 400 to 500-ish bales more, but that was just what the weather done. But now in saying that, we got a fine week to get it wrapped up. Very happy with the baler. 1000-speed shaft, camless pickup reel, brilliant. Slip clutch has gone off in that once on me, and that's because a block of timber went in it. Other than that, no slip clutch gone off, no hard pull on the tractor. You would have seen from the video just the way it gobbles up the grass. Very happy with it. It's like they've improved little bits. They haven't changed much, but they've nearly improved everything slightly. This here used to break on the Fusion 3s and Fusion 2s. They've that beefed up, good and strong. That's the only thing I think I ever welded on the Fusion 3, and a door hinge as well. Actually, I welded a door hinge. It came loose and cracked on me before. But the pickup reel and the bigger rotor is a game changer. Ball hitch, very good job as well. I do need to see down where my pickup reel is. I need to drop the hitch a small bit because it's finding a bit difficult to actually let the tires down in the 516. The last couple of jobs I was doing, because the short grass wasn't clean in the ground, so I just dropped the tires of 516 down to 15 psi, the R20. Dropped it probably an inch or more, so whatever it dropped it, but it wasn't enough to make that bit of a difference. But yeah, baler was sound, not a bother with it. We'll this is, I know, an in-shed video might look very exciting, but we'll throw in a few drone clips of the Fusion 4 working in that. Fortunately, we have no drone clips of that on the old Fusion 3 because that was pre our YouTubing career, so we don't have anything showing that. But No, Baler went very well. The bar wrap as well works sweeter on the Fusion 4 Plus, definitely. I threw out a loose bale because with baling one day, just things went upside down. I wasn't used to it, and the camera didn't come on. The cameras went off or something. I don't know what happened, but anyways, I was like, all chance to throw it on manual, throw out the bale. Out came a loose bale, but other than that, we sailed away pretty good. I have one fault. One thing, I suppose, and the way I'm looking at it is, it didn't happen in the Fusion 3, but it happens in this. If you kind of cut across a swart a bit or come in at a funny angle, a lump of grass builds up here between the crop roller and that, and it will not move. It doesn't block the baler anthem, but it just sits there and it jams the crop roller, and it's hard on your outside tines. And you have to get out and move it. That never happened in the Fusion 3. I don't know why. It's just a bit of a weak point there, a dead spot. I don't know what can be done to stop it or whatever, but that's the only thing I noticed this baler has let down on compared to the Fusion 3. Maybe it's just me that noticed it, I don't know. But yeah, we'll jump in the cab. I'll just double check what bale count is on it, because I forget. Hopefully I have the monitor left. Oh no. Have we power? We have. It is absolutely teeming from the heavens here now. Again, but why did we change this baler so late in the season? I hadn't half intended changing this baler before the season. Then we bought the bog digger, so I was like, no, we've enough invested now. The old baler was going sweet as a nut. Like, there was, when we started this year, there was 76, 77 odd thousand bales on it, and it was high bale count. I was like, it's time to let it go. But it was going so good, and I was hearing lads with new balers giving trouble and all that. I was like, you know what, we'll nurse it along for this year. 1 sec now, I'll see what bales have we on it. Oh yeah, 1056. I didn't think we'd got 1,000, to be honest, but 1056. That new screen as well on this baler is class. Brilliant job. The graphics look a bit blurry on it. You'd imagine that have better graphics on it at this stage. I don't know why that is, but I think this is one of the first Fusion 4s with this new type screen. It is very nice to use, in fairness. You have all your knife settings and all that. You just tip the wrapper up here, bang, 11, go back to 8, tick, done. Plastic change like that. You don't need to go in through the menu. Knives, all that crap. Bale count. All that sort of stuff. And stuff in it that I haven't gone through yet. But anyways, that is that. Power off. Okay. So yeah, whatever, 1050 bales later, but just hardly even, it's only starting to take the paint off the rollers now. But back to what I was on about. Why did we buy a baler in August? I didn't buy it for the reason I said our own was going good and all that. Then I always had it in the head, once the rollers start going, I'm going to change the baler. I hope that rain isn't too loud now, disturbing me, but so I'm going to change the baler. First roller went, I was kind of looking in around the bale chamber and all that. It kind of needed plating and a bit of welding and stuff. Just stuff like that. Like, the baler was fine. Like, it was in super shape for the bale count that was on it. I think it was 83,500 bales on it, I think, when it went, or 84ish, somewhere around then. I should have taken a picture before it went. But and then I was down there, went down to McHale's, putting the new roller in there, the Fusion 3. I was looking around, that baler was there in stock, and one of the lads saying, oh, them balers are going up in money, they're going up so many % next year. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, wouldn't it be a nice time to buy it now? We'd have it tried out, and before we go into next year, and we'd know what the baler's like. Besides, heading into grass in May when we're busy in the bog, and next thing, Joe, there could be bits of teething issues, like nothing but still problems. So that's another reason why we bought it. And the way things are now, so we financed that baler, of course. We trade it in and we finance the remainder of money on that. Spread it over monthly. It nearly doesn't matter when you buy the machine now. I know it's going to be a 25 stamp machine and it's only 26 we're going to get into. And I have warranty now through next season, through 2026 as well. So I was just like, do you know what, it's in the head, the baler's there, and we just went for it, and I'm delighted we did. And I think we got out of the Fusion 3, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but we got out of it at the right time before we need to start spending money on it, and I was happy with that. We done the roller, a couple of small jobs, but I was like, now is the time to go and do it while it's in the head. But overall, delighted with it. Even your panel here for all your lights and that, see the way it lights up for night time. Just them extras you've I don't know if them lights will work now or not, but no, they're not on now at the moment, but just bits like that. But anyways, delighted made the decision. Output is great, you've no creak in your neck at the end of the day, and don't be hesitant to buy one, that's all I'd say. If you're thinking about it, go and do it. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope the sound come out alright, because it's absolutely teeming, so I'm not going to ramble on too much more. But I'm hedge cutting at the moment as well. That's why I'm doing the likes of this video today. I'm hedge cutting. It's going to be the exact same as the last hedge cutting video. So I want to wait till we're back at a different job with 3 shears work and stuff like that coming up, and we'll get back on them again. So I said I'd do this video now, stick it in, hopefully a bit of drone footage in there in the mix as well, and happy days. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers for watching, good luck.